I've got a new thing. The same as before, with just a little twist. Well, hey there, beautiful listeners. Welcome back inside the sound. This is MJ.
And this is Ryan.
And we really want to truly welcome you back. We're really back. Don't adjust your podcast devices, your cybernetic, semi-alive organism. I don't know. AI is a thing now. So
Hopefully you're sitting down because the shock and awe of our return might make you lightheaded. And you're not hallucinating unless you're on mushrooms. And then I might believe you're hallucinating. But we are actually here, right?
Right. It's really us. It feels really good to be here.
Check one, check. Sibilance. Check two, sibilance.
What did you record me doing that before the show? And that's where that comes from, huh? That's from me, right? My sense of humor. It's not a reference from Saturday Night Live from how many decades ago? How old are you, man? I thought you were like my age, but you're making references from like so early. Wasn't that Tom Hanks in Saturday Night Live? I'm pretty sure.
You tell me. I don't know.
Most of the beautiful listeners wouldn't, be old enough to have seen such a clip and understand the reference. So I apologize, beautiful listeners, for that. If you hear any strange noises, I have nothing to do with that. There's a producer now in charge of these other. I'm just here to host.
I'm the
welcome you all
strange
back.
noise guy.
Where was I? Oh yes.
Can we address the fact that you electrocuted yourself about 30 seconds ago?
I think
should we talk about buying drinks and other products from gas stations and how joyous that is? Like, what should we talk about first? Because, we've been away for so long. Why don't we talk about earth-shattering, philosophically deep topics like buying products from the gas station? Are you electrocuting yourself? Where should we start?
We might discuss baked goods, but before I get there,
Is there a baked component to whatever you're going to talk about?
it could possibly contain some baked nuggets of golden goodness. But what I'd like to do is actually be frank here and take a serious tone and address the what do you call it? The elephant in the room, the UAP in the room. The thing that sort of gets seen but then doesn't get said, and then just we never talk about it. I mean, I think we need to discuss why what took so long and why did you cut your hair, man? Why did you sell out? What did you just listen to Saint Anger and just decide that, you wanted to be cool like Metallica and cut your hair? Because we were doing this thing where you were going to grow your hair out and I was going to grow my hair out. We're going to be rock band, do things, cool rock and roll
Let me
things.
stop you there.
And I want to know why. Why?
Me growing my hair out had nothing to do with you growing your hair out.
It had
I just
everything.
did it because I wanted to do it.
It was a bro pact, and he knows it. And he just wanted to put it on the record. He doesn't want to put it in front of the beautiful listeners. But we had a bro hack to never cut our hair again and just be,
If you want to believe
wild and free.
I don't.
No,
I don't let anyone. I don't discriminate against people's personal beliefs.
Do you hear? He sounds like a corporation. When you hear that? Did you hear that, folks?
I actually explained to you that overwhelming attention from women when I went out in public.
That's the best excuse I've ever heard. It's a real thing.
When strangers are asking to touch your hair, because it's got some volume to it.
It's very strange.
Got some nice thickness to it.
Thickness
had a nice
volume.
curl and a shine to it, so people naturally wanted to touch it.
What did that hair care regimen go? What brands were you using to make that shine?
Well, that was part of it too, man. Long hair's a headache.
Yeah, that's true.
As long as mine was, at least.
Yeah, it is. It does take. How do I put it? Como se llama in English? Being a man. Having grande huevos. It takes time. It does take effort.
That's why I grew it out.
Yeah, no, it takes. Yeah, no, I get it. It does. It's difficult to see. No, all the effort involved with the upkeep does get annoying. Also, if you're just trying to like, I don't know, eat or sleep or I don't know, walk and bend something, bend
Hit
over
the
to
gym.
pick something up. Right, at the gym. And then next thing you know, it's like you're trying to breathe and then like face full of hair out of nowhere, Footloose and Fancy Free. That'll ruin anybody's day. That'll ruin any good burrito. I know that is true.
I guess that goes against being wild and free. Huh?
Hair in your food. No, that's okay. I mean, just because we had a little cool bro pact and you wanted to like,
I don't know where you're conjuring up
your
this
baby arms couldn't handle it no more, but that's fine.
bro pack thing, man.
We had a pact like bros. We were gonna just, no desk, be on boss, cash only. We were gonna. Didn't we? I thought that's what the whole. You were never gonna. I love how he's acting like there has been no pact to grow there. Yeah, traitor. That's fine. Listen. Where is my little magic sound box that plays noise? I need Saint Anger. I think that's the only thing that's really going to get me back in the zone for this this little thing we're doing here. Hold on, Metallica, Saint.
That's going to get you back in the zone.
I think that's the only thing that's going to get me in the spot. Wait.
When that snare hits you, it'll knock you back into the zone, right?
And that snare.
That's an infamous snare tone.
I'm gonna make this the new. I think that's the new theme song for the podcast. Also, really,
Did that knock you back to reality?
Metallica's finest work, frankly. Yeah, I think really underrated snare. I think that's the most underrated snare. What the heck was he even banging to get
Did
that
that knock
noise?
you into the present moment?
I swear to God, that was amazing. The pwomp, like what the heck was that? That snare? I don't know what.
Did
what he
that
was thinking.
snare rattle all the lies and propaganda out of your brain?
I want to go back to I want to be in the room and I want to watch him hit the drum that makes that noise for the snare. That's what I want.
Kind of sounded like he stood up on a coffee table and like jumped off.
That does sound a lot like that.
Fell into the snare.
It does. It sounds like the snare was actually like a trampoline of a thin slice of aluminum, and then he was just jumping on it, and then like it's the sound of his 2 feet jumping on this like aluminum trampoline.
Maybe he went to
Kind of sounds like. It sounds like or like one of those sheets on the side of semi trucks that are all wobbly and they help with the airflow on the bottom of the semi. And one of them broke off once.
I think he went
hit me in the truck
down to the local Home Depot and
he could have
purchased some sheet
metal sheets, like
sheet metal, like
siding.
a sledgehammer.
Yeah. Maybe? Oh my God, we should do this
Something
on our
like
next
that.
album. That's what we're missing. I think that's the sound that all the kids are going for. In fact,
like a 5 foot by 5 foot piece of sheet metal and a sledgehammer can replicate that snare sound. I think that's what it was, dude. It was a magical snare sound.
it's got me thinking about.
I'm one of the guys that's on Lars's side.
What do you mean you're on Lars's side?
Like, I appreciate all musicians for what they do. I don't got anything bad to say about it.
Who has anything bad to say about Lars? He's one of the best drummers that have ever drummed. What are you talking about?
Takes a lot of heat on the internet. I don't know why.
What internet are you reading? Because I don't know what you're talking about. In my car,
I see you
he's
got
God.
the.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got the Shades of Philosophy on.
I
there.
do. I want to get deep.
Should I expect something?
Yeah, I got
magical?
I'm even going to take off the fedora. The fedora of.
Is there going to be protagonists involved? I don't think I can go through the first episode without playing that clip.
It's an interdimensional fedora. I time travel in it. I just.
Anus. Or anus to just about anything, and it becomes magical.
Make it magical, man.
I can't do it. I can't be philosophical and get serious
Orange.
when you play Jerome. What the heck is that actor's name? That blessed actor who is the funny.
What was the name? The actual...
Jerome Clements, that gentleman. I mean, Dr. Chevalier. When
I will now get out of your way. You got the Shades of Philosophy. We're known for going deep.
Yeah,
maybe deeper than anyone else is willing to go.
Right. I mean, deep.
How deep?
Well, I mean,
how deep?
That
we're known for that.
I don't know what when you say how deep. Like, what do you like the ocean deep, or do you mean like?
I don't know that you can measure.
Or like the deepness from like here to the center of the sun. How deep would that be?
I'm not a science person.
In astronaut, well, like as the crow flies, how deep does that get? I don't know. I mean, that's why I've got the shades on to ask these questions.
When you're getting metaphysical and
yeah. I also
you got quantum mania.
Yeah. This is a long this is a long.
Well, people know you for waxing philosophical, so I maybe they're expecting that if they
stepped
around
all over my mirror. No, what I want to do is get serious about why you cut your hair. Are you really saying that it was too much attention? Like, is that really a thing?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Really?
Yeah.
Really though? Really?
Not only was it overwhelming female attention, which obviously I don't mind. I've dealt with it my entire life, and I expect to deal with it. Mm-hmm. But there was a lot of jealousy coming from a lot of ladies too, because it was just that beautiful, and they aren't able to achieve that. I was told a lot of them.
I just have a hard time believing it coming from the I don't know, man. I guess maybe I need to be there and see it happen. Why don't you grow your hair out and we'll test it and we'll see.
Okay.
Well, let's just. I'm not sure, man. Are you really? Was that it, or did you just? I think the real UAP in the room is like, did you get a day job? Is that why? Did you give up on the?
I'm not a
dream?
corporate guy.
Did you give up on the beautiful listeners? No.
I'm too unruly for a corporate gig.
No, that wasn't it. I think everything has a time and everything has a season, like it says in the good book.
What is it, Sunday school now?
I think it does. It does.
I haven't tuned in for a year. I want to hear a good old fashioned frontier Christian sermon.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Fire and brimstone.
I'll get right in
bang
there.
on that pulpit.
I'll get right on that. I'll work on that, and hearts will be softened. Lives will change. It'll be great.
What does it take to soften a heart and change a life?
Well,
is there a formula?
If you use
for
the
that?
right pharmaceuticals, you can change a lot of things in this country.
but I don't know, man. It takes a lot of things. Good-humored patience is necessary with mischievous children and your own mind, and that's it today for today. MJ's Shades of Philosophy. I want to thank the beautiful listeners. I want to thank my grandparents. I want to thank my ancestors.
The Academy.
I want to thank the Academy. I thank all the people that believed in me, and I especially want to thank all the people that didn't believe in me.
Well, they all feel pretty bad about themselves right now.
I think that especially when these shades are on, that's true. Yeah. All right. I think I'm ready to move on to our conversation. Let's.
I'm actually. I'm ready. I think I'm serious enough now to.
Are you serious to hear about something serious?
Yeah.
I seriously think that you should look into a lot of things, man. First off, have you even considered vaccines or anything about Red 41 that they put in the? Consider what do you take into your body? Man? What do you?
I can't get enough Red 41. Like,
What do they make that stuff out of?
I don't know, but I'm one of those people that is for putting chemicals in my body.
For chemicals?
I'm for
You're
chemicals.
pro chemicals?
I'm pro chemical.
I'm for a cocktail, a mixture of chemicals.
Sometimes it's better to mix it up. Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm for like all the different chemicals coming together to create one big chemical soup.
Like a cornucopia.
No. Didn't you get the update? The cornucopia thing isn't real anymore. We're not allowed to use that word. You can't. No, the Fruit of the Loom said that's not a thing anymore. You can't use that word.
Okay, we don't want to get sued.
No, that's against the corporate policy now. Yeah, sorry about
the
that.
FCC.
Yeah, or whatever, or whoever's in charge of the fake moon landing or whatever. I don't know, man. It's just all those 3-letter agencies. It's a lot to keep up with. I don't pay too close attention to all that. I would never pay attention to any of that. Why would I do that? Or what? Be political or vote, or pay attention to anything that happens. I wouldn't do that. I don't get involved in all that.
You don't rage out watching CNN or Fox News?
I don't. I mean, no, but I don't go to the. I mean, I don't go to the dinosaur museum and look at the bones and get upset either. I don't. Why would that upset me? They're,
Especially if John Williams is playing in the background. You're not going to get upset when you see those dinosaur bones. When I walk into the gas station.
We've been at this for
drinks,
5 years. He said 5 years to get John Williams on it. 5 years. Nothing.
When I walk into the gas station to buy some drinks and snacks, that's the music that plays in the background.
Why does that? Tell me about just the drinks and snacks and music in the background. Why would Jurassic Park music be playing in the background?
I don't know, man. It just feels that damn good to buy snacks and drinks at the gas station. You don't feel like something special?
It's kind of nice when there's like a shiny can that like it's got my name on it and it was like waiting there, cool and crisp, like waiting for me.
Ice cold?
Yeah, ice cold. And it's nice like when there's like a little bag of pre-popcorn, somebody already like took the time to pop it.
Maybe a cookie or a candy bar.
Yeah, man.
Dude, there's nothing that feels better than paying $30 for a soda and a candy bar. I mean, nothing.
Nothing feels better than paying $3.50 for 12 ounces of chocolate milk. Little like $1.29 for a stick of cheese.
Like you talk about euphoria and ecstasy, these type of words, these feelings. Nothing can top spending that much money.
But
it's like, here's your Monster Energy drink and your Snickers. That'll be $30, sir. Hell yeah, this feels fantastic.
But then my question immediately is, do we have to bring ink and paper into this transaction? Sorry, rest in peace, Mitch Hedberg. It's that's
terribly another thing you should
Mitch
bring
Hedberg
up, right?
Joke.
That you used to do drugs.
Are you going
to talk about
I do.
that? Or?
I have something to confess, beautiful listeners. I used to do drugs. I still do drugs, but I used to too. But come on. One-liners. I mean, this guy. God rest in peace, Mitch. He did all the drugs until
Dufresne
couldn't anymore.
Dufresne Party of 5.
Party of 5.
Search Party of 5.
Search Party of 5. There's 6 ducks outside, and they all want Subway. They all want Sun Chips. Excuse me, at Subway. Another good joke. Another classic. When you put ducks in the humor, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Noble creature.
I think I do want to get. Hold on. I can be more serious. I can be more. Here we go. More on point. I think to really do.
I'll even set this microphone down.
You have to wear black flame.
I'm
black
not gonna get in your way.
To really do a podcast well, you have to do a black. You have to wear black framed
distract you.
Glasses, black framed glasses, so that you can look, very podcasty.
Should I put this on then?
You got to look like you're ready to. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now we're ready to get.
I've been waiting 20 minutes for him to do this, by the way.
Philosophical.
20 minutes, but okay, it's fine. 20 minutes. I'm ready.
I'm putting the microphone down.
No, are you okay?
Go for it.
It's still a little close. Seems a little proximity's a little. It's just okay. I have I don't know if you remember, we used to do segments back in the day, and one of these segments I have is a man tale, and I want to tell you a man tale. Do you think you can
I'm
handle
sure
it?
that everyone remembers that and is excited.
You gotta,
We'll add that theme song in.
it's you know what a man tale is? A man tale is a more entertaining version of mansplaining. So it's like mansplaining is frustrating. Listen, I understand, folks. I'm a man and I explain things, and so I see the frustration, I see the looks in your faces when I try to explain things. So what we're doing here is we're changing it up, and we're going to call it a man tale. And the point of the man tale is that we we make it fun. Okay, we're not here to accuse you. We're not here to mansplain it. No. We're just going to tell you a little tale. From man to man. Man to lady, man to
Beautiful listener.
man to beautiful listener, yeah. Man to whoever's piloting the UAPs or whatever, biologics, whatever you want to call them. We don't know. That Congress has heard some things we don't want to talk about. I have a man tale for you folks, and I want to, all ADHD squirrel humor aside, it kind of like hit me pretty deep when I heard this story. It was actually a gentleman that I had a conversation with. It was let's just say it was about a business transaction. Okay. And, do you ever have one of those, Ryan? Or do you just fall asleep when I tell stories?
I said I was going to get out of your way,
I'm just waiting for you to,
at least until the proper moment to
waiting for you.
interrupt arises.
just waiting for you to crack your remarks. I'm waiting for the opportune time, like a snake laying in the grass, waiting to strike. You see how he's like ready to go. Beautiful listeners, we're now on YouTube. So if you'd like to see us regale these entertaining things, I know you're used to hearing audio only, not seeing video, but this season you can see our beautiful faces. And I'm just, as you can clearly see in the corner here, Ryan's waiting to strike. Anyway, so like a snake in the grass, just speaking in snake code to the other snakes, like, hey guys, just wait a second. All right, so what's happened?
Are you okay? Are you good?
I was having a business conversation
Okay.
with the gentleman. We'll call him. I don't know if I should use his name because he's a real guy, but I should change his name to protect his identity. So I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him Magneto. So Magneto. Actually, Magneto. I don't know why that came out, but we're going to roll with it. So Mr. Magneto. He told me that in his prior life, he used to race like a race car, like dirt. Have you ever seen a dirt rally kind of race before? You ever participated in such a thing?
So you, I'm letting you tell your story.
Notice how he picks up the microphone. He can't even just, he's got to take a big breath. Slowly ease into it. He can't just be like, yeah, I've seen it. There's no.
So do you not remember the story, or do?
All right, so Magneto used to drive dirt races, and he did it for a few years, and we had our business conversation, and I asked him, he I told him, hey, we'll circle back to this. I want to ask you a question. So you know what I asked him? I said, what was your, like, I asked him what stood out to him. Like, what was your moment? What was your favorite moment doing that? And he kind of just sat back with it, and he thought about it, and he regaled this story to me, this tale that I want to share with y'all. He said that there was this race that he just obsessed. The night before, he just like had everything dialed in right, like the nitrogen, the tires, the engine, all the work that had been done on it, all of the little things, all the little details. You know what I'm saying? To get it in right. He did it right, and he got into the car the next day, started the race, and he said basically that the whole time he put his foot on the gas, he didn't touch the brake the whole race. He was able to drive into the dirt. He was able to make these turns. He says he doesn't even remember. He doesn't even remember if he won the race or not. But like he just remembers the reaction of people afterwards. And he talked about this weird feeling, right? Like this weird thing. He couldn't quite put his finger on it. And I said, "You were in the moment." I said, "You were in the zone. You were at the right place at the right time, and you knew it when it was happening." That's what I told him. And he agreed with me. He said, "That's right." And it was like a special moment because like the hair stood up, on my arms when he told me the story. Like he knew exactly where he needed to be that day. He had everything lined in. He had just, he was doing the expression of like his humanity at its peak, in his prime. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like at the peak of perfection when he did that one race. And that for a while he was known for this race, this moment in time, kind of stuck with him in his career, but it's like that one race stood out to him. And that is what I wanted to share. That was the serious note that I wanted to take, like as artists, as human beings, even, because I don't even know, man, if it's about being a musician or being an artist, but it's like just as a human, like when I'm in the right place at the right time and I know I'm supposed to be there, like, yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. Like the hair sticks up on the back of your neck and on your arms, and you're like, that feeling deep in your gut, deep in your soul. Like I want to be there more. I want to, and usually like when that's happening, dude, it's I've got a guitar, or I'm performing in some way. Usually that's what gives me that moment. I've had that same feeling, like being in the right place at the right time. When I'm talking to you, beautiful listeners, like when I'm meeting some of these amazing, like human beings, these artists, these minds, these people from like all over the world that have like graced the front door here and inside the sound have like, come to the desert in spirit and have like, conversed with us and have sought out meaningful moments and meaningful conversations with us, man. Like that was the expression in the moment as best as I could, as best as you could, dude, as best as anything we could do, right? Like flawed as we are as human beings. And we can find these moments, and it was just a reminder, this story, this guy, Magneto, like to kind of like line up the things that I wanted to line up in my own life and make this a reality inside the sound, make other things, the music, as always. How many years have we been talking about the music, man? And it's always like in the back of my head, or, it's on a record, it's recorded somewhere in my computer, but no one's heard it, and to be in the right place at the right time means putting out that art at the right time and knowing when to release it and when you're incubating it too long, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, this is kind of what's on my mind, dude. Like this idea of being in the zone, this idea of being in the right place at the right time. I think this today, now, like this conversation that we're having right now,
it's a common,
it's the right time
topic of discussion with creative people, I think, because everyone wants to know how to get in the zone. And there's no right answer, I guess. But action, like you're saying, I think is the number one thing, right? Just take whatever action you can in a creative direction.
I don't think that's the first thing at all. I think removing the obstacles that force me to procrastinate would be the first thing. Like set it up so that I am distractions are more than an arm's length away. I think that's
an impossibility.
Pretty much, man. It is an impossibility this day and age. Don't you think? That makes me think.
Because we talked about that quite a few times, and I don't think there was a right answer or wrong answer. Everyone had a different experience with different pieces of art.
That's the beautiful thing about art, man. It's all in the experience. It's all it's all in the eye of the beholder, Just like the UAP is in the mind of the viewer. You know, it's not really
No,
there.
I don't know. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, it's in your mind, man. They're just somebody just waving hello at you. It's just a neuron firing off in your. When you look at that flying saucer, it's not there.
The universe
It's
is
in here.
inside of you,
Correct.
beautiful listeners.
The universe is inside of you. Isn't that awesome? You are the center of it, the whole thing. Right there. You, beautiful listener, you're the whole reason why I do this and why he does this.
What are you, a
and why
hippie
we
or
do this.
something?
Yeah, I am. A little
No,
bit.
kidding.
A little bit of a hippie.
Yes, you.
Yes, you.
You listening, beautiful listener. We have returned for you.
Like, it is.
As long as you want us around, we'll be around.
It is always a humble thing to go back and check the stats and look and see that people like you are still listening to us. No matter what, rain or shine, you beautiful listeners have been listening, and you've been re-listening and listening, waiting, watching, patiently, anxiously awaiting. And yeah, that's pretty
Is that
cool.
so? Okay.
Yeah, heck
you,
yeah.
You can read their minds, huh?
Well, no, I log into the email and I read all the. Have you not? He didn't even it's been months. And he doesn't even bother to check or anything. You know, there's been 58 messages per day, dude. Like, do you understand how many messages we have to field? I had to mute my phone for a while and put it away under the what the heck do you call it? What is that word for the drawer? In the drawer, man.
What's the word? What's the word for that? Square.
It's really difficult to focus on the word drawer when so many pharmaceutical companies are taking the American people for a ride, and it's difficult for me to focus on those kinds of things. Sorry, forgive me.
That weighs on your. Does it weigh on your heart and your soul, or just your heart?
Just my heart and my soul.
Basically, I think what we're trying to communicate here is, beautiful listeners, we love you.
That's what Ryan's trying to communicate, and I hear it, and I respect that communication, and I honor it, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you, man. I also concur.
Are we gonna have closed captions for the Michael impaired out there?
There's a lot that you should do. Like, don't have any of the spy devices nearby when I'm on the mic, because it gets, you never know when I might throw out a, hey Siri, play Van Halen. I might do that. I might.
When you were trying to debug this room, you electrocuted yourself. So maybe you should just use or leave those government listening devices intact.
Okay, Google, play Pantera. Yeah. I might do Alexa, play Metallica. Just any one of those will work, and you'll have a good time. So just do it. Listen, I did not. Okay, you act like I got electrocuted. It was a minor shock, minor cardiovascular event. It was not. I didn't even have to go.
Cardiovascular.
It was not. They didn't even.
Wow.
They didn't. They unloaded me
Okay.
from the gurney, and I didn't even. They didn't even take me in to the ambulance at all, dude. They just put me on the gurney, checked me out, and I'm fine. So you don't have to act like it was a big deal.
Though, I think, what's wrong with a cardiovascular event every now and
If
then?
it's minor, that's
Yeah.
okay. A minor thing. Didn't you?
feels.
That feels that.
It
That feels good.
Feels.
I was gonna say that feels good. Now I can't, because you mess me up when you do that, and
Feels.
now I can't say the difference between feel and feels. Philosophical feelings.
That's a
philosophical, or is it philosophical?
I noticed you're rocking that brim. I heard that they call those hats.
Back where I come from, they call these brims. Yeah.
That's a little unwanted piece of trivia for you out there.
Do you know why I wear the hat? Because when I wear the hair down, I get unnecessary attention from women. Right. Ryan used to understand what that was
You
like.
copied me with that.
He used to understand what that was like, but now that he's cut his hair and he's gone all corporate, Saint Anger and Metallica, he's not dealing with that anymore. But But I sometimes have to, go incognito. So that's what the brim is for. It just helps me stay a little more. I feel like it's a little more low key. A little more. I don't get any, cat calls as much. Usually I just get people being like, "Hey, nice brim." That's it. It usually is what happens. You know what I mean?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you get a lot of strangers coming up to you and chatting you up. Huh?
A lot of strangers do come up to me. I feel like they think I'm approachable. I kind of have that smile.
It's not a purse; it's a knapsack.
It's not. It's a satchel. It says. Can you not see? It says inside the sound.
It's a knapsack.
Yeah. So are these. Actually, these also say. These also say inside the sound. See these shades. It's great.
It takes a certain type of man to rock one of those.
I think it does. It takes a man. You see, and inside a man, we have his nucleus. You know what I mean? Like, it does. It takes a certain kind of man to pull off a satchel. You kind of have to be a man's man to handle it. I think I think the real leather, really requires strength to carry. You can't have baby arms and carry this. No, you gotta. I love how it unfastens too. See, So this ad was brought to you by Inside the Sound, and check it out. Beautiful listeners. What were you saying?
It's not a purse; it's a knapsack.
It's not a knapsack. It's a satchel. It's a satchel. It's for satcheling. Satcheling. I want to bring up something that
are you gonna go deliver?
Our beautiful listeners definitely know about.
Letters in that thing.
There've been like hundreds of letters, but I don't. They're depressing because they're like, "Where are you going? We miss you. Where have you been? Oh my gosh! Like here."
Look at that majestic scenery.
The beautiful listeners can't see the majestic scenery. They don't get to see it. Our screensaver, Ryan.
Somewhere in an undisclosed location in the desert. Ramblings of a madman.
I'm not angry though. I'm more friendly than I am mad.
And when you meet
But I
people
do
in
tend to
public,
ramble.
or just in general?
In general, yeah, I don't.
Mad is a strong word, though, right?
So is conspiracy theorist. That word was created by the CIA. That phrase, conspiracy theorist. Do you know that?
What are you, one of them? Would you classify yourself as a conspiracy theorist?
Do I look like I'm a? Do you look like I'm the kind of guy that would classify himself as a conspiracy
long-haired
theorist?
hippie with glasses.
I'm not. I am
sunglasses at night.
Long-haired hippie, sunglasses at night. What are you talking about? I'm a respectable.
Let me guess. You
citizen.
also play the guitar. You're also a proponent of drug use.
What do you mean proponent of drug use? Oh yeah.
What are you going to go participate in a kumite now with that ponytail?
Speaking of drug use, thanks for the reminder, Ryan. It was about time for me to use some more drugs. Thank you, sir.
Drugs are not the answer.
But you see how, with the ponytail,
He
they
used
can't
to
even
do
tell.
drugs.
And I used to too, and I also do now. But do you see how with the ponytail, they can't really tell if there's a party in the back. They can kind of, they don't know if from this angle, it's pretty aerodynamic. So I like to call this the reverse Hogan, because God bless him. Later in his career, he kept the golden locks as long as he could, Mr. Hogan. But there comes a certain time where the top of the head. We all age. Listen, it happens. But I love that he held on to it, and he just, he used the
It was
horseshoe.
a skullet, right?
It was like this horse. Yeah, it's like this horseshoe thing.
It's called a
around,
skullet, I believe. I
And
think
then he
that's
grew
the
it all out.
terminology for that.
but bald on top. So what I do is a reverse Hogan, where I grow out the top, and then shave the sides. In honor of the top of his his bald head. So that's why I do this. That's the only reason. When you make or just make a bro pack. There's other reasons, but some of us don't believe in
Sometimes,
not being a sellout, getting a day
you just
job.
decide to do things of your own volition, and there's no fictitious pact or agreement.
Fictitious pact. Son of a bitch.
Sometimes you just need some good old-fashioned rock and roll. know what I mean?
What the heck is this? Hold that mic, Luke. Let's do it.
You wait, what you got? It's gonna kick in right here.
Here we go.
La nueva
Is this-
noticia. La
Yankee
famosa
Rose.
Yankee
He doesn't
Rose.
say Yankee Rose. He says Yankee Rose.
Yankee Rose. Man, that'll get you.
That'll get anybody. I don't if that doesn't get your heart pumping, then you're stone cold dead. As far as I'm concerned.
You won't feel bad about life, will you? You got something like that playing. You're not.
I tell
gonna
you
feel
what,
bad
man.
about life.
I tell you what, it's hard to feel bad about life when David Lee Roth is singing to you in Spanish, in Espanol.
Yankee Rose.
He doesn't say Yankee Rose. He says Yankee
Well,
Rose.
it's in Spanish, so
I love that he recorded two versions of that song. That's just so fun. It's such a good one, man. That
can you be in a bad mood after hearing that?
dude, I just was gonna say like that put a smile on my face. Like I can't listen to a clip of that song and not immediately want to smile. There's just something about the energy in that song. It's fun.
Una
Fun
nueva
times.
noticia.
Noticia.
That's a good word too, huh?
You know, I really appreciate the effort you take to record it in two languages. I mean, un caballero en dos idiomas. That's hard to do, man.
On the
It's hard to do.
outro, are you gonna sing it in Spanish?
I might. Do you want me to do it in español también? We could do a little like a little different version.
Terminar en español.
Yeah, but it's got to still have rock and roll. It can't just be like, can't just change it into disco or something. We got to like still have guitars. Okay, you can't. I know you like to do everything disco. It's your favorite genre of music or whatever it is that what do you listen to when we're not hanging out?
I don't even know what qualifies as disco.
It's whatever these kids listen to. That's what they called it. I don't know what it's called because I don't. If it doesn't have a guitar in it, folks, I'm sorry. I don't know what it's called. I just call it disco. That's what it is. So, no offense. That way it's easier. I can just group it all together as one thing that I don't listen to. So, disco. No. Staying alive. No, nothing. Not ringing any bells. Okay. Folks, I think this is the time you feel it in your bone. Do you feel it? Like, do you feel that moment?
When you desperately want to pull a ripcord? 'Cause
No.
You've been here too long.
No, that moment. There's a moment that's coming. You feel it. You feel that moment. There's a moment that's coming in the show that our beautiful listeners, are craving. They're aiming. They want to know. They want to hear it from us. They want to know what it is.
Secret of life.
No, man. I think
The meaning of life. The meaning of...
hearts were softened. Lives were changed.
They want to know the exact amount of sugar they should can intake on a daily basis and still be healthy. Is that what you're talking
To
about?
put the Fruit Loops right down at the bottom of the aisle where the children can see.
I they really
How did can we talk about that just for maybe 2 minutes?
let's talk about it.
How did that ever pass as like a nutritious cereal or a nutritious breakfast? Like that was okay.
We all
To eat
kinda-
like a bowl of sugar before you go to elementary school. Like that was just really funny to me retrospectively.
Dude, the mirage that they pulled over our head, over our eyes with that, like seriously, like when did we ever think that just like you know what I
Nothing will
mean?
get you ready for long division more than a bowl full of sugar,
milk.
and marshmallows, and
like a mushy,
Colored
sugary,
marshmallows.
yeah, like
soggy
like
marshmallows.
yeah, that'll do it. That'll get you in. Maybe cinnamon toast crunch. Get some cinnamon in there, and that'll give you some fuel. Maybe some hot Cheetos. You know, that'll get me going in the morning. Gosh, how does that?
They pulled the wool over our eyes for so long.
I don't know how that passed off as as food, but I'll still eat it. Like right now, pour me a bowl of it and let's go cereal. I want to do it. Actually, I can't tell you the last time I've had cereal, man. When's the last time you had cereal?
It's been a while.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you cereal? All right, no.
Someone laughed.
You like the wordplay?
Someone out there. Someone out there.
There's some distant, beautiful listener in a foreign country that like that was in the other room and heard me.
Cracked
and
a
it was
smile.
like cackling,
They at least cracked a smile, right?
Someone far across the world hears and laughs. All right, no, I think the thing I want to the thing I want to do, man, is just say thank you, like, and express the gratitude that I feel really deep in my heart that you're still here, beautiful listeners. You know who I'm talking about. You, and you're here for the ride. You're here for the journey because this is going to be a pretty wild year, don't you think? Don't you think, man? It's
wild and crazy.
Yeah. We're going to have the freedom to experience a lot of that wild and free and crazy things, man. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to what this. Well, I don't know what this is called, YouTube or whatever the heck. I don't know. Do you know what this?
I think it's called the.
It's called the YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technical issues on aisle 5. The YouTube. You can check us out now. Like, look, Technicolor, folks. Here we are. Check it out. You don't just have to now listen to our gorgeous voices. You know, my golden voice, your average voice, and how is it that you're getting all this attention from the ladies when it's like coming from the average Ryan? Is it the backwards hat that does it? Listen, I think if we got you like perhaps a fedora, or have you considered perhaps a cowboy hat, we could discuss. Maybe a newsy, one of those like newsy kind of newsboys hats. You'd look real solid in one of those. What
Are you a style consultant or something?
Or a top hat. Have you ever considered a top hat though?
I'm not going to take style consultation from you.
If you walk around in a top hat, do you think a single lady is going to trouble you at all? But you'll still look like a gentleman. That's the thing. No one's going to want to come up and talk to you.
Should I buy a monocle too?
Yes, you have to. You have to. You can't get a top hat and not get a monocle. You have to, man. I don't know what you were thinking. I don't know what.
Should eat some Lucky Charms and a top hat and a monocle. Or should I eat the Lucky Charms out of the top hat?
The poison that they put in there, it's not gonna be good for you. It's gonna make it.
You're not gonna want to do that, brother. Is
there a big component to that?
I do want to. There is something
cereal.
Before we go, brother, you beautiful listeners. This has really been grinding my gears for a long time, and I need to put this to bed once and for all. This is a serious cause of contention, between me and brother Ryan over here, and so we got to hash this out. We got to finally, talk about this, Ryan.
Is it about the harmonica, or is it what?
I have a harmonica with an arm's reach, and I'm this close to pulling it out, but I'm not going to do that today, beautiful. As much as you want that, beautiful listeners, I'm not going to do that.
Was this
because I want to have a conversation.
The only reason people show up to football games is to hear the band at halftime?
The
debate thing? Or I don't know what you're getting at here.
I'm saying that when I was playing Carry On Wayward Son on trombone, that the fans were, they were there for that, not for touchdowns. Okay, but it's not about harmonica time, but that was just shout out to our friends in Germany, Honer. We love you folks. We love your harmonicas. And anyway, Marine brand's my favorite. Just check it out. Check them out. They have all the different flavors. All the different keys.
Stay tuned for the
great website.
The
do you like these random commercials?
Infamous history of the novelty harmonica.
You know what these bit Okay, but what this is, these little ads, these random, because podcasters do that, right? Like they'll cut their thing and then they put an ad in the middle of it just randomly. So that's what I'm trying to do is I'm just, letting people know. See how natural it was?
Just to like cut.
It's so natural. You're
just
convinced.
To cut and talk
You're going to
about.
buy it. Listen how good this sounds.
I think it would help a lot too if you actually learned how to play the harmonica before you.
I think right there, just
Do you think you've been
that was the
doing
sound of thousands of harmonicas being sold across the world.
Every
So
time
you're
you
welcome,
pick
Honer.
that thing
and that was,
up-
by the way, free, Honer. You know, free.
Every time
Free
you
of
pick
charge.
that thing up, an angel loses its wings. Well, you also think that maybe after 5 years you would have learned how to play
I swear to God.
the harmonica.
I swear to God. No, the thing I wanted to bring up, that's taken me months of being pissed off at you about, that I think we finally
Pissed
need
off?
to. Yeah, I'm pissed. I'm upset. I'm really
Okay,
angry.
let me hear it.
It's because
I'm prepared for it.
he doesn't vote for peach cobbler. He doesn't believe that peach cobbler is dessert, and that's bullshit, man. I don't know. How old are you now? Like 40, and you don't even believe in cobbler. He doesn't even believe that it's real. He doesn't believe that it's dessert. He doesn't think it's a thing that people do at the for the end of their meal. Maybe they would like a baked component. Maybe they would appreciate some sugar and some flour and some, I don't know, fresh fruit. Fruit flavoring in the doesn't mean that it's not salad. It's not fruit salad. It's dessert, and I stand by that. And you're lucky that we're even still friends now.
It's a healthy alternative.
I was this close to blocking him over
to
his folks.
dessert.
I was this close because why? How can we be friends? And when your political opinion is that fruit is not dessert, like I can't do it, man. I'm really that's okay. I think we've aired out our dirty laundry now, and the beautiful listeners, we're looking to get to the hard facts, the scoop. What was really going on between us, and I think we've said it. We've had it out. I think we're ready to move on. I'm glad that you did not respond at all to that. Didn't say
I could
anything.
go for a donut right now.
Oh my God, that sounds fantastic.
That La Estrella Mexican bakery, man. They
I like how his
work
response
some magic.
is to completely sidestep everything I said about dessert. Do you like how he doesn't
The
want to
donuts they make in that bakery.
doesn't want to talk about cobbler?
I'm not a religious person per se anymore, but those bakers there at La Estrella are doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, you think so? Down at down there at the local shop where you get your bake. Do they sell cobbler?
Rose
Do they sell cobbler there?
Bakery.
Okay, but
I'm sure they have baked goods, with the fruit component.
yeah, that's the yeah. But and then it's dessert though, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was zoning out there a little bit.
Folks, Ryan's lack of engagement is our
Bennett.
cue for that's it's about all the time we have, folks. I was wondering, now that we've had a chance to air out our grievances, I've even had an opportunity to play harmonica. I mean, we've done the whole shebang. We've done the whole really wheel of entertaining things that we're capable of doing. I mean, it's not like I can play guitar or do anything else that's mildly entertaining. But I'm wondering if you, sir,
Mildly entertaining. Mildly entertaining. Yeah, that's a.
what if you, sir, have any? Well, the beautiful listeners have missed your words of wisdom, sir. So I was wondering if you've got any of those awesome words of wisdom that you might be willing to share with these beautiful listeners, these wonderful human beings that have chosen again to
Human beings
join us. Well, okay,
like a pot of human beings.
that's
can
not
make a
fair.
burrito.
That's a bit specious. There's a
You
lot
can
of
make a burrito
NHI,
out of them human beings.
non-human
Have you ever
entities,
had
non-human intelligences that have even.
Have you had a human bean and cheese burrito before?
Hey, I got a question for you. I got a question. That got moved, so no.
Back
no
to
worries.
the Future.
I have a
We're gonna
question
go
for you.
back to the future
have a question.
and pretend that didn't happen.
Nothing happened. Believe beautiful listeners will hear nothing. I have a question for you. How do
How do I like my steak?
you add bounce to a waterbed?
How to what?
How do you give your waterbed a little more bounce?
What's a water bed?
You know, a bed with water in it. How do you add bounce? How do you give your waterbed a little more bounce?
You tell me.
Yeah, a little spring water. It's grade A.
We're on the
A++ humor here. Only the best for you, beautiful listeners.
We're in the Wild West right now.
Only the best for you.
Could you hear that
The
tumbleweed?
best jokes.
I heard the
Are you
tumbleweed.
glad that you waited around for that? Like that joke right there. Like that was.
Anyone who stuck
That was
around
worth it.
for that whole time really feels
Anyone that
good
heard that
about
joke is going to be
themselves
telling
right
that to their grandpa, and they're going to be like, that's a good
They
one.
really feel great
gonna-
about their lives right now. If
they're
they've
gonna
made it this far.
Tell a man tale. You know, they're going to sit somebody down and tell an entertaining story, and it's called a man tale. That's patent pending, guys. Patent pending. Yeah, man, it's fantastic. Fantastic. I was wondering if you had any other really maybe that's the problem, Ryan. Maybe that's the resistance I'm feeling, is that you don't want to go yet. Or did you have something that you wanted to share?
I have a few,
something that you needed to get off your chest.
thoughts bouncing around.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to return the favor because I don't know, like 20 minutes ago, you did this thing where you put the microphone fur away. And yeah, you gave me the floor. And so I'm going to do the same thing. Watch. I'm going to do the same thing as you. I'm going to just give you the floor. Here you go.
Beautiful listeners.
But before I do that,
Beautiful listeners. You only live once. Make your life what you want it to be. Perfect your art. Kick ass and take names. Let's just be wild and free, baby.
Hell yeah. Beautiful listeners, we love you. And bye.
I'm taking her back. We're out of here in 5 minutes. Not going yet. Look, the rendezvous is 10 to 12 miles away from here. You think the chopper's gonna wait?
Dylan, we make a stand now, or there will be nobody left to go to the chopper.
There is something else. When the big man was killed, you must have wanted it. Its blood was on the leaves.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
This broadcast is the first podcast of the 3rd season of the 5th year of our Lord and Redeemer, Saint Edward Ludwig Van Halen. Amen. Of the Church of Inside the Sound of Latter-day Guitarists. Speakers were chosen by Ryan the producer from on high. Praise to the man for a job well done. Music was provided by Montefisto and MJ at Man High Project Studios in the heart of the desert. This podcast has been furnished as a public service by Bonneville Communications, Secret Payments from USAID, Ryan's giant ego, MJ's appropriately sized ego, and wild and free, beautiful listeners from all around the world like you. Hearts were softened. Lives were changed. Thank you. Any reproduction, recording, transcription, or other use of this program without written consent is punishable by 3 years of sousaphone lessons.